From the farthest reaches of the Arctic to mysterious islands teeming with unimaginable dangers, our planet holds secrets that few will ever have the privilege of uncovering. There is an intrinsic human attraction to the unknown, to what is denied to us, and it is precisely this curiosity that drives us to explore, even if only with our imagination, the most incredible and, paradoxically, most forbidden places on Earth. These places are not inaccessible on a whim. Their prohibitions are dictated by a myriad of crucial reasons, from the protection of fragile ecosystems and isolated cultures to the safeguarding of historical treasures, national security, and even the containment of deadly dangers. Next, on the Unknown Land Channel, we will present an overview of the 10 most fascinating and inaccessible places on the planet. So subscribe to the channel now for more unknown content about the planet. Queimada Grande Island, Brazil. Queimada Grande Island, popularly known as Snake Island, is a small, rocky island off the coast of São Paulo, Brazil. This unique, and for most people, terrifying ecosystem is its defining feature. It's the exclusive home of the golden lancehead, Botrops insularis, one of the world's most venomous snakes and an endemic species, meaning it's found nowhere else. The snake population density is astounding, with estimates reaching 1 snake per square meter in some areas of the island. The island's natural beauty, with its dense vegetation and rocky beaches, hides a lethal danger, making it both fascinating to scientists and repulsive to the public. Entry to Queimada Grande Island is strictly forbidden for human safety and, critically, for the protection of the golden lancehead species itself. The risk of bites is extremely high and potentially fatal, given the venom's power, which causes rapid tissue necrosis. The Brazilian Navy rigorously controls access, permitting entry only to authorized scientists and researchers who operate under extreme security conditions for study and conservation. Unlike many other restricted places where human laws, historical events, or technological hazards dictate access, the prohibition of Queimada Grande Island is primarily imposed by nature. The density and lethality of its unique snake population act as the most formidable deterrent. This makes direct human intervention in terms of security forces almost secondary to the island's natural defense mechanism. The military's role is more about preventing reckless visitation attempts than enforcing against a viable threat from the island's inhabitants. This highlights a rare scenario where an extraordinary feature, a unique and highly evolved predator, is also the direct reason for its inaccessibility. The island serves as a powerful and visceral reminder that some natural environments are inherently hostile to human presence, and their forbidden status is a direct consequence of their wild and dangerous beauty, compelling humanity to respect ecological limits and a species' intrinsic right to exist undisturbed. Svalbard Global Seed Vault, Norway. Nicknamed the Noah's Ark of Seeds, or the Doomsday Vault, this underground facility, located in the Norwegian Arctic, is a marvel of engineering and global foresight. It houses over 1 million seed samples from crops worldwide, serving as a vital backup for global agricultural biodiversity in the event of natural disasters, wars, pandemics, or drastic climate change. Its remote location, deep inside a mountain on Spitsbergen, and its construction depth ensure its security, stability, and ability to survive extreme events. Access to the Svalbard Global Seed Vault is extremely restricted to authorized scientists and personnel to ensure the safety and integrity of the seeds, which represent the foundation of humanity's future food security. It's not a tourist destination, but a critical facility for human resilience. The prohibition aims to prevent contamination, theft, or any damage to this irreplaceable resource. The very existence and strictly restricted access of the Svalbard Global Seed Vault highlight a proactive, long-term global strategy for human survival. Area 51, United States. Located in the Nevada desert, Area 51 is perhaps the most famous and mysterious site on this list, shrouded in legends and conspiracy theories about secret experiments, alien technology, and UFOs. For decades, its very existence was denied, fueling global fascination.
Oh, we're gonna get the
Although the CIA
helicopter! We're gonna get
officially
the
acknowledged its
helicopter!
existence in
Yeah!
2013, stating it's a testing facility for cutting-edge aircraft, the veil of secrecy around it continues to ignite popular imagination, making it an icon of the unknown and speculation. Area 51 is a top-secret and highly protected military base, part of the U.S. Air Force and the CIA. Civilian visitation is strictly prohibited, and even flying over the region isn't allowed. National security and the classified nature of the operations conducted at the site are the primary reasons for the secrecy and restricted access. While officially a military testing ground for advanced aircraft, Area 51's incredible status is disproportionately amplified by public speculation and persistent conspiracy theories about extraterrestrials and UFOs. North Sentinel Island, India. Located in the Indian Ocean, North Sentinel Island is home to the Sentinelese tribe, one of the last uncontacted peoples in the world. Their existence represents a living time capsule, offering an extraordinary glimpse into a human way of life that has remained unchanged for millennia, isolated from the external influences of modern civilization. It's one of the few places where nature and an ancestral culture coexist in their purest, untouched form. Indian authorities have strictly forbidden any contact between outsiders and the tribe to protect their way of life, their culture, and, crucially, to prevent the introduction of external diseases, to which the Sentinelese would have no immunity and which could decimate them. Historically, all attempts at approach have been met with hostility and attacks from the tribe, resulting in deaths, such as that of 2 fishermen in 2006. The prohibition is a protective measure for both the tribe and curious individuals who dare to approach. The prohibition on North Sentinel Island is unique because its primary purpose isn't to protect the physical location from damage, but to protect a people from external influences, diseases, and cultural disturbance. This raises profound ethical questions about the right to self-determination and the modern world's responsibility toward uncontacted tribes. Chernobyl Exclusion Zone, Ukraine. Following the catastrophic nuclear disaster in 1986, the area around the former Chernobyl nuclear power plant in Ukraine was declared uninhabitable for humans for thousands of years. What makes it incredibly fascinating is the paradox of a once vibrant landscape now silently reclaimed by nature, with wildlife, including wolves, bears, and moose, thriving amidst the haunting ruins of an abandoned civilization. It stands as a grim testament to the destructive power of technology and, at the same time, the surprising resilience of nature to recover in the absence of direct human interference, despite the contamination. The area is prohibited due to high and persistent levels of radiation, which make it unsafe for general public access for extended periods. While militarily protected, access is strictly restricted to researchers studying the effects of radiation and to small, supervised tourist excursions, which follow safe routes and rigorously limit exposure time to minimize risks. Chernobyl's forbidden status is a direct and lasting consequence of a human technological failure. It's not just a historical site, but an active, ongoing reminder of the long-term environmental and health impacts of a nuclear disaster. The extraordinary aspect lies in its paradoxical transformation into a vast, accidental ecological experiment, where nature has dramatically reclaimed territory in the absence of human activity, despite the underlying and persistent radioactive contamination. Lascaux Cave, France. Located in southwestern France, the Lascaux Cave is a complex of caves famous for its stunning prehistoric cave paintings dating back approximately 17,000 years. Discovered in 1940, it houses some of the most renowned and well-preserved rock art in the world, depicting animals, humans, and abstract art with vivid detail and astonishing technique for its time. It's a direct portal into the minds and art of our ancestors. The high volume of tourism after its discovery, which attracted thousands of visitors, led to the alarming degradation of the paintings due to visitors' breath, which increased humidity and carbon dioxide, the proliferation of fungi and lichens, and the introduction of bacteria. Consequently, authorities closed the caves to the public in 1963 to protect this invaluable heritage from destruction. Currently, only a very small group of scientists and researchers has limited and highly controlled access to the site. For the public, faithful replicas, Lascaux 2 and Lascaux 4 have been built, allowing the experience without compromising the original. Poveglia Island, Italy. Just 1 kilometer from Venice, Poveglia Island holds a dark and fascinating history, earning it a reputation as one of Italy's most haunted places. It served as a quarantine station for travelers during the Great Black Death epidemics, where an estimated over 100,000 people died and were buried in mass graves. Later, it housed a psychiatric hospital and an elder care facility, both known for cruel treatments and unethical research on patients. The ruins of its abandoned structures and dense vegetation add to a chilling and melancholic atmosphere. The Italian government closed Poveglia in 1975. Although it was auctioned in 2014, public access remains forbidden and is considered illegal. Reasons for the prohibition include the need to protect the site due to its sensitive history, a mass cemetery, the insecurity of the crumbling structures, collapsed stairs and roofs, overgrown vegetation, making it physically dangerous, and the difficulty of access by public transport. Ise Grand Shrine, Japan. Known as Kotaijingu, the Ise Grand Shrine is the most sacred Shinto shrine in Japan, dedicated to the sun goddess and deity of the universe, Amaterasu Omikami. Its simple, austere architecture, built from cypress wood, is notable for being reconstructed every 20 years on an adjacent site, a ritual that preserves its purity, millennia-old tradition, and craftsmanship. It houses the sacred mirror, Yata no Kagami, one of Japan's 3 imperial treasures, which, according to tradition, was given by Amaterasu herself to the first Japanese emperor. Its spiritual and historical importance is immeasurable. Access is extremely restricted due to its immense religious significance and to protect the sacred mirror, considered the most valuable of the imperial treasures. Only members of the Japanese imperial family and a select group of Shinto priests are permitted to enter the inner sanctuary. Ordinary visitors can only view the rooftops of the buildings from behind several wooden fences, maintaining a reverent distance from the holiest site. The forbidden status of the Ise Grand Shrine is a direct manifestation of its profound religious and cultural sanctity.
Mausoleum of Qin Shi Huang, China. The mausoleum of the first emperor Qin Shi Huang in China, which took 38 years to build over 2 millennia ago, stands as one of the world's largest and most intricate imperial tombs, nestled beneath a pyramid-shaped mound. While the renowned Terracotta Army was unearthed in 1974 and is open to the public, the emperor's primary tomb remains sealed and unexplored. This has ignited widespread speculation about the treasures and enigmas it conceals, including legendary mercury rivers, mythical jewels, and lethal traps, as documented in historical accounts. It is truly one of the most remarkable archaeological wonders yet to be revealed, with the main tomb having never been accessed, not even by archaeologists. The decision to keep it undisturbed stems from a multifaceted and intricate set of reasons, reflecting a contemporary and cautious approach to archaeology. Ancient records and soil analyses indicate that the tomb is enveloped by substantial quantities of liquid mercury, presenting a significant toxic hazard to both archaeologists and the surrounding environment. Furthermore, the Chinese government asserts that it lacks the sufficiently advanced excavation and, crucially, preservation technology needed to open the tomb without inflicting severe and irreversible damage on the artifacts within. These items, particularly delicate silks, frescoes, and paintings, would rapidly degrade upon exposure to air. Manual excavation would be impractically time-consuming and necessitate a colossal protective structure that would permanently alter the landscape.
Surtsey Island in Iceland, formed by submarine volcanic eruptions between 1963 and 1967, is a living, continuously evolving natural laboratory, one of the few places on Earth where scientists can observe the formation of new ecosystems from scratch. Since its inception, the island has been remotely monitored with minimal human interference, allowing for invaluable study of how life colonizes virgin land, from the arrival of seeds and insects to the formation of complex plant and animal communities. It's a real-time spectacle of biology and geology. Access to Surtsey is strictly limited to authorized researchers and scientists funded by the Icelandic government. This prohibition aims to safeguard this unique ecological experiment from any external human contamination or interference that could compromise the data, the purity of the natural colonization process, and the integrity of the developing ecosystem. Even accidental introduction of non-native species could jeopardize decades of research. Surtsey's extraordinary nature is almost entirely scientific. Its restricted access isn't about danger to humans, preserving ancient history, or national security. It's about preserving a process for scientific observation. The island is literally a living, evolving experiment, and any human interference beyond controlled observation would contaminate the data and alter the natural course of ecological development.
The Earth's forbidden places are more than just inaccessible spots on a map. They are gateways to stories of danger, mystery, sacredness, resilience, and the complex relationship between humanity and the planet. They remind us that even in an increasingly explored and connected world, deep secrets and untouched wonders still persist beyond our reach. The allure of the forbidden lies not only in what's hidden, but also in the reasons why it remains so, inviting reflection on our place on the planet, the limits of our curiosity, and the importance of preserving what is truly incredible for future generations. Comment below which place surprised you the most, and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you next time.